All right, so while my incubator's getting warmed up, I'm gonna take all my eggs that I plan to put in the incubator and I'm gonna mark them. Each egg is going to have an X on one side and an O on the complete opposite side. So when these eggs are turning, they should all sit in the same place, and so when you sit them down in the incubator, the X, for instance, should all be facing on the top. So that way you know if your turner is working correctly, and all your eggs really should be in the same exact position. So they should, when the X is on the top, they should all be that way. When the O is on the top, they should all be that way, or if it's in the middle, just like that. So I'm gonna take all of my eggs and I'm gonna mark them. Another thing you wanna do is let your eggs rest for at least 24 hours, whether you got them shipped or if they're your own eggs. Like for instance, these are our blue lace red Wyandottes eggs. So we're gonna incubate them. They're from our own chickens. But especially if you got shipped eggs, you will want to let them sit for a day or two at least, because in the shipping process they are thrown around a lot and the yolk gets bounced around a lot, so you have a better hatch rate usually if you let them sit and rest. So in this case, our eggs just came out of our own nesting boxes, so they've been resting for a couple days. We typically get 6 to 12 eggs a day depending on the time of year and the weather and the number of hens that we have. But right now we're getting probably about 8 to 10 eggs a day. So we collected these eggs in the last few days. So I'm just marking each egg with an X and then an O on the opposite side. And my incubator is getting warmed up right over there. We'll check that in a little bit and see how our temperature and humidity is doing. If it is, we want the humidity to be between 30 and 40% when they're in the incubating stage, which is between day 1 and day 18. And then when the eggs are going to be in the hatching stage or lockdown, you want the humidity to be between 60 and 70%. So you're going to add more water to inside the incubator to get it to raise the humidity. So again, just so you can see a little bit closer, marking them with an X and then an O. So our next video will show us loading the incubator with the eggs, and I'll show you